Johnnie, obvious disappointment today. What's your initial reaction to the defeat?
Yeah, disappointment, anger, frustration, all the emotions that you imagine that go with a defeat in a derby game, and also obviously the nature of the defeat, the goal that we've conceded, and then sort of the reaction to that second half. I'm not best pleased with. So some that's out of our control is obviously really frustrating, and some that's in our control is equally frustrating.
I'm assuming you've seen the goal back. What was your view of what happened?
It's a foul on Jack Curry. The guy's pulling Jack's shirt. He nudges him into Tans. I guess that's why the referee hasn't give it, because it's our own player that's collided with him, but he's been forced to collide with him by a forward or attacking player. So it just seemed like an easy decision to make. I think he's probably the only one in the stadium who thought that it wasn't a foul. But it's the only one that matters, really. So yeah, the mind boggles at that one a bit.
Obviously there was, understandably appeals from our side after that. Did the referee say he'd consulted his linesman?
I don't know. I think he went and spoke to his linesman. You have to wonder what role that they're playing. The fourth officials there telling you that it wasn't a foul. I don't. Between them, they've got it wrong. So whether they're talking together, whether they're liaising, whether the referee's calling it. He's in charge. So yeah, he needs to make a decision.
What are your feelings on the second half performance?
Not good enough. Not good enough. The things we spoke about after, and the things we spoke about all week about how we're going to hurt them, what we need to do, how brave we need to be with the ball. I don't think we implemented it well enough. We haven't made their, in the second half, we haven't made their goalkeeper work nearly enough. Obviously the complexion of the game has changed because you're playing a team has now got a lead to protect. So it does change the complexion of the game, but at the same time, I don't think we've done enough to really exploit them and hurt them. So obviously, yeah, that I have to look at my own team and the frustrations that what could we have done better in that second half, even though obviously we shouldn't be going in behind.
We know the lads know what this game means to the fans. Do you feel like the occasion got to them maybe a bit too much?
I don't think that enough of us have stepped up to the plate. The qualities that I see from these players every day in training, and you have to ask, what are you bringing to the party? What are your strengths, and are you translating that onto the pitch? I see good players. I see a good team every day in training. The build-up, the prep's been spot on. Felt in a good place, but I don't think that's been translated on the pitch. So we all have to take responsibility for that. Myself, the staff, the players, the ones who cross the white line. You've got to be able to handle these occasions, and perhaps in that second half we didn't.
Just lastly, obviously heading up north to play Rochdale next. What message will you say to the players when you get them back in next week, and how we sort of approach that game?
Yeah, I'll ask them to look themselves in the mirror and ask, are they doing enough? Are they bringing what they're good at to the party every week? Does it hurt them as much as it's going to hurt the supporters, as much as it's going to hurt me? I'll go home now, I'll dissect that game like I always do. I'll ask myself questions. What could I have done better? How can I improve this team? I hope players are asking themselves the same questions, because we're all in it together. Staff, players, supporters. This is our club, and we all want the best for it. So we have to find a way.